Welcome to the Common Sense Show TV, the place where you get your dose of common sense, just in case, we don't use it. So kick back and enjoy the show. What's going on, Facebook? All right. Looks like I'm live here. Hopefully I'm live. All right. So it looks like I'm live, so I'm going to wait for some folks to come in on real quick. Hey, Lise, what's going on? How are you, my dear? I'm going to see if... What's up, Nay? What's going on? How y'all doing? Come on in real quick. Okay. Okay, let's see what's going on here. All right. So anyway, I just want to come on. I want to address a few things real quick because it's so much going on this morning. I'm not sure if you guys watching the news. I'm trying to figure out something. Because everybody has an opinion about what's going on. So I'm going to address a few things. Hey, Coach. Hey, Cindy. Hey, you guys come for joining. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you go ahead and share this video out because I got some things that I want to say real quick. Because I've had my fill of reading all this stuff on Facebook and, everybody trolling and all this other good stuff. So I'm going to address some stuff. Hey, Michelle. Good morning. Good morning. God bless to you. All right. So the first thing I'm going to discuss is from all of my folks that are back home that are watching this. That's why I watched. If somebody is from my home county, go ahead and post this. I'm not sure what's going on, but I woke up this morning and I read or was reading on Facebook. There was a video that was posted by some teenagers in my home county of Anson County, back home in North Carolina, that was posted on YouTube about the kids having sex and all that good stuff. And there are a lot of parents who are upset about that. Let me help you out. Okay. Hey, Richard, what's going on with you? These kids are, I don't know what the video was. I didn't see the video. I haven't heard any. The video hasn't crossed my timeline, so I don't know what was said in the video. But these young people are having sex at a younger age. We should know that. Richard, we're not talking about the Seahawks right now. We're talking about something else. Send that to my inbox, please, sir. Thank you. We're so worried about these kids and what they're doing and all this other good stuff. If you're so concerned after a video pops off, you should have been a better parent from the jump. That's just me. Okay. Thank you, Richard. I know that. Right now, we're not talking about that, sir. So this video had to be something eye-opening for some parents to really be upset about what's going on. These kids, come on. Let's be 100% real about this thing. Y'all so worried about y'all kids having sex in school. Now it's a problem because the video been posted. And now you're all shocked and surprised because these kids are doing some outlandish crap when not in school. Okay. So as parents though, what are we doing to make that thing better? What are we doing to kind of keep our kids in line so they will be doing these crazy videos and talking about whatever sexual exploits they're having in the high school bathroom or wherever they have it in that? But at first, let's do this. Parents, back in my hometown, what did we do when we was in high school? Let's be honest about that first. So you can't be too far removed from what these kids are doing because we did the same thing. Maybe not on the scale that they're doing it on in the schools now. But let's be 100% real. Don't get all shocked and shaken, especially if you haven't done anything to cultivate or sculpt your children in the way. Hey, Nicole, in the right way here. Don't get all shocked and shaken because they're now posting videos on YouTube. Social media, they doing the same thing we were doing. It's just that back then we didn't have social media. If we can be honest. So don't get all shot and shaking. Don't be trying to pull up nobody's house. Don't be doing all that crazy stuff. It's stupid. Stop it. If you cared that much about your children and what they were doing, what's up, Greg? If you cared about what they were doing, we'll be more part of their lives. But now you want to get all shot and shaken. Now you want to act all tough and thuggish. Quit it. If you're concerned about what your kids know, ask them. See, a lot of parents, we don't ask our kids anything. It's just we're just gonna let it be, Come on, ask them if you want to know what your kids are doing or thinking or what's going on. Ask them. They might tell you the truth, but ask them anyway. We've been there. We've been down the same road. Let's just quit it with this video. I don't know. The video has since been blocked, I've heard. Because like I said, I haven't seen it. It hadn't crossed my timeline, so I don't know nothing about it as far as what's in the content of this video. But let's be clear about this, ladies and gentlemen. If you are parents and if you have teenage kids, you know how society works. You know how society is working. And if we don't have any input in what's going on in their ear gates and what's going on, what they see, that's on us. Hey, you guys. Hey, Samantha. Hey, Michael. Gina. Hey. I'm a little confused. And I see parents and they're going back and forth about this video and whoever posted it. And does it matter who posted it? Does it matter who posted the video? Does it really matter? No. How do we save our children? That's the question. The highest rate, what's up, Mike? The highest rate of STDs and all this stuff that's going on with these children. Thank you, Greg, for sharing. I appreciate you, man. Do they have any education, or are they just doing whatever? See, some of us didn't have that privy of having the sex talk. Everything I learned about sex, I learned in the streets, or I learned because just experimentation. Parents, don't get upset because because your kids heard something in the street. What have you said to your kids? What have you said? What have you inputted into them? If you ain't said nothing, they're gonna get it from someplace else. What you saying? Let's see. Uh-oh. When we give our children a phone and access to social media, we should be vigilant on what they're watching and posting. That I'm telling you, that's our job as parents. Now everybody who has seen that video or has read the post or the thread. Now we're all shocked and shaken because these kids they did a YouTube video talking about their sexual exploits, and you upset about that? Did you write about that, Mike? The school ain't gonna teach them nothing. But you're all shocked and shaken. What have you instilled in your children? I never got that talk from my parents either. I'm very open on educating my children about sex and drugs. You have to be open. We have to start being proactive instead of reactive, people, ladies and gentlemen, parents. I know some parents who are just ain't gonna let none of that go down in their house. I'm one of them parents. Let me see your phone. What's going on. Either you teach them or the street will teach them. Either way, they're going to get taught. You better believe that, Greg. That's the truth. Let me put that up here if I can. There it is. Either you teach them or the streets will. So don't get shocked and shaken. Because there's now a video out there. And not only are you mad about the video, you're mad about who posted the video. Who cares who posted the video? Who cares? What have you told your children? What are you protecting them? I mean, because look, society is what it is these days. Society is what it is. And if we don't teach them, they're going to get it from someplace. Please understand. I got to talk from my older cousin, and she will taught me hands-on. Okay. What's up, AJ? Parents, let's quit it. Let's quit with all the you want to react and be all upset and pissy. No. Stop that. Stop that. You had your shot. Now the streets done taught them how to do it. Don't be mad. Don't do it. Do not do it. Bernie Mac said something a long time ago in one of his comedy stand-ups. And he said, we some punk-ass parents. That's what he said. Not paraphrasing. Not paraphrasing. That's what he said. We some punk-ass parents. But we're too busy. Like someone said in a live I was watching the other day, or yesterday, and they said some of us are too busy chasing our own stuff that you're not worried about your children. Something they never talk. You better believe that. You better believe that. You cannot be pissed off about something you never thought of. But here's the thing, is that there are some parents who are too busy, like I said, they are too busy chasing their own to worry about what their kids are doing. That's the reason why the kids are in a mess, in a funk that they're in right now. Because you're too busy trying to chase that married man or chase that woman with a boyfriend. You're too busy. But now you all pissed off by the video that these kids did. Come on. Let's get some business. Let's get some business. If we spend as much time trying to be a parent and being a better parent to our children versus trying to chase the bag or trying to chase that married man or that married woman, this world will be a better place. They sure haven't, Mike. Some parents haven't good on themselves. They have not. And it's sad. The world as it is, society as it is in a bad state of affairs because no one knows how to do anything. We want to point the finger and blame. Sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna have to stand up and say, okay, well, I didn't teach them. I didn't show them that. Let's see, my bad. Let me add this up here. Come on, today we get. Apparently, like they are too busy or just too afraid to say something to their kids because they don't want to be their best. They want to be their best friend. That's the problem. That's the problem. My best friends are grown. Now, I have a relationship with my daughters who are in their 20s, and then I have a 2-year-old son, and then I have just two other children, Zariah and Javante, and Kiana in Chicago. I got a lot of my kids are grown, except for the 3 smaller ones. But I love them dearly. They're not my best friends, though. My best friends are grown, and if I have to be a parent, then I'm gonna be a parent. Some of us are so worried about losing them as a friend that we just you too busy trying to follow them on social media. Get out of here. Be a better parent. Folks know how to do it, but don't want to take responsibility. Hey, Tasha, what's going on? It's crazy. But ladies and gentlemen, forget about that video that are from my home county of Anson County. I love everyone there. I do. And I hate that this video has been posted. It's embarrassing, truly. But let's take responsibility and stop pointing the fingers and stop trying to pull up at somebody's house because you feel like they posted the video. Quit it. Just quit. Just quit. Because the only reason why you want to pull up and post up is because your kid was in the video. Stop. We got more things in this life to be worried about. Raising our kids, paying our taxes, and all that good stuff. We've got more stuff to worry about in this life. You're doing the most. Okay. Moving on. My next topic. I'm going to discuss Mr. Kanye West real quick because I want to shut down the haters. I want to shut down the people that, I've had inboxes and comments thrown at me, I posted the video of Kanye's service at Lakewood this Sunday. And I watched that concert from beginning to end. And I'm going to tell you that that concert was the best concert that I've ever seen. And I've seen Israel and New Breed in concert. I've seen Kirk Franklin in concert. But to see that Kanye West concert at Lakewood was the best thing ever. It was the best thing ever. And I want to speak on the people that think Kanye's crazy. Okay, first of all, he ain't crazy. Okay, let's be clear there. Now, not sure where that comes from. I've always been. People have always said, okay, well, about Kanye, they're like, he's kind of crazy. He hasn't been right since his mom died, which is true. But when it comes to this right here, why is it so strange for someone to have found, what's up, Devontae, to have found Jesus as their own personal savior? Why is that so profound for people? Because he's a celebrity. Why is it so profound? Kanye crazy. He this and that. How he gonna go from here to here? Because we've all done it. If anyone that's watching this video right now, if you are a believer, you believe that God can change anything or anybody, regardless of your past. Think about this. Think about this for a second. If that was the belief that because of your past, you couldn't change, you couldn't be a better person because of your past. Your past, what's up, Devontae? Your past has absolutely condemned you to a place of non-existence. You don't matter. Your past had put you there. Are you telling me that you don't believe that people can change? I had a young man, and he's one of my closest friends here on Facebook, and he posted up something, and he said, "Friends don't let other friends support Kanye." And I support Kanye, and this is the reason why I support Kanye, because I see the light in his eyes when he did that concert. He is the happiest now in this part of his life that he's ever been. Everybody had to think, oh, it's because money. Oh, there was a meme that was up with Kanye and Pastor Joel Osteen, but it was a side-by-side picture with Damon Wayans and Jim Carrey when they did In Living Color, and they had the black preacher and the white preacher, this is not fun and games. Let me tell somebody out who's listening. This is not about Kanye. Let me help you guys out. This is not about Kanye. It's not about, Kanye is his own man. And if for those of you that don't believe that Kanye saved, that's on you. That's a personal belief. I'm going to tell you something. No. Let me say this as a warning. If Kanye is doing this any other way outside of the will of God, whatever, if he's doing it as a publicity stunt, if he's doing this as something to make some extra money, whatever he is doing outside of the will of God, that is his issue. It is not our place to judge that man. Who are you to judge anybody? So if you feel like Kanye is faking, that's an opinion. Everybody has them, right? Everybody has a belief. Personally, this is bigger than Kanye. 40,000 people heard God on Sunday. Some of us are going to miss heaven because they can't get past the messenger. I think Kanye is dope. I don't agree with all the choices at times, but we have free will to choose and do what we want. Just my opinion. I agree with you, Tasha. I agree with you. This is free will. The man is a musical genius, right? He's a musical genius. He doesn't make all the right choices, but who does? Who makes all the right choices all the time? But y'all want to condemn this man to hell because he's Kanye West. And he done such bad stuff in his life to where he cannot be changed. Let me help you guys out. Nah. Nah, those of us that are believers, we believe that God can change anybody. We believe that God can do it for anybody. God can choose anyone to minister the word. Exactly. Now, also let me help. Kanye ain't preaching the word. He ain't gave one sermon. He ain't started a church. He hasn't professed to be prophetic. He hasn't professed to do any of that. The only thing that he is doing is that he is using his musical gifts to bring gospel to the masses. Let's not trip on that. Y'all act like this man done got up here and done said and done professed the word over the masses. He's started a church. He done this. No, he does not do that. This man is bringing the gospel to the masses. It's the whole lead the horse to water type of deal. 40,000 people were in Lakewood. Just like there was thousands of people down there at New Birth. Somebody got saved. Somebody came to Jesus. Now, if that's not something to be happy about as a believer, then you might want to check your pulse. Something's wrong. But we're so caught up in the fact that it's Kanye. Y'all gonna miss. I'm telling you, you guys are gonna miss your blessing. You're gonna miss Jesus. You're gonna miss God because you cannot get past the messenger. Even though he may say something that's profound. Think about this. You see somebody in the street and they have a profound word for you, or they could be a blessing to you in this street, but because they didn't come right, they didn't come dressed right, they didn't smell right, or whatever it was to you that made them unattractive to you in your eyes, you're gonna miss a blessing because you couldn't get past the outward. Forget this man. Forget the fact this man has celebrity. Forget that he made some music that was unbecoming. But who has not made a bad choice? Y'all stop condemning that man, calling him crazy. Quit it. Because that's the case, we all crazy. You do the most. It's crazy. I'm so tired of reading, people are, forget Kanye. Okay, let's forget Kanye. Let's do that. Let's forget Kanye and catch the message. Let's forget all of that. Catch the message. What is he saying? Jesus is king, is what he said. That's his proclamation in his new album. Jesus is king, and he is. If there's any doubters about that, I'm sorry. But he is king. That's what he's proclaiming. He's not doing anything more or less. He's not getting up there grabbing the mic and preaching. None of that. Spend less time judging the next man and worry about you and your soul and your salvation. The Williams Brothers is an old gospel album, an old gospel group from when I came up, and they had a song called "Sweep Around Your Own Front Door." He said that in one of the lines, he said, if you take 6 months to mind your own business and take the other 6 months and leave other folks' business alone, you can make it throughout the year. Worry about you. Get the message. Let's forget Kanye. It could be anybody else. It could have been Michael B. Jordan. It could have been me. It could have been anyone. Don't look at me. Look at the message through me. Stop passing judgment. Let's stop doing that. He without sin. Those of us that live in glass houses can't throw stones. Let that sink for a minute. Those of us that live in glass houses cannot throw stones. Quit it. You got other things to worry about than to worry about whether or not this man is saved or not. Not your concern. People. Ladies and gentlemen, people of God, It's not your concern whether he is saved or not. Just saying. Moving on. Next topic. We're gonna talk about good old Colin Kaepernick real quick because there was so much of a stink that he raised this weekend with his workout that he did down in Atlanta. So a lot of people have different takes on it. I was watching the First Take yesterday morning with Stephen A. Smith, Max Kellerman, Eric Dyson was on the show, Darren Woody, and they were discussing Colin's future in the NFL. I'm gonna be the first one to tell you, I don't think he has a future in the NFL. I think that he is done. So a lot of people the NFL said that Colin was a no-show at his workout because he did not step and fetch with their workout because there was a waiver that they wanted him to sign, and the waiver was a non-disclosure or a collusion waiver, and he wouldn't sign it. On the advisement of his attorney, he wouldn't sign the waiver, so he moved the workout. So there's a lot of things people are talking a lot of junk about Colin. I still stand behind Colin. I think with this whole workout business, I think that, hey Carrie, hey Erica, I think that it was a little bit of dirt on both sides. Me and my friend Lisa, somebody the other day, there was dirt on both sides. I think it was, the NFL wanted him to step and fetch. He wouldn't. So he decided to do it on his own. What's up, Eric? He decided to do it on his own. And he come out to look like Boo-Boo the Fool at the end of the day, right? So the NFL had 25 teams set up for him at this workout. He moved it, and he had 8 to come to the workout when he moved it. Is he going to get signed by a team? I don't think so. It would surprise me if he did. I mean, if you think about this, okay, who is going to take a risk at losing possibly half of their fans in their franchise if they sign Colin Kaepernick? Because it was so much dirt. It was so much stuff. I mean, he protested. I mean, it's been 3 years. Who do you think really is going to sign him at the risk of losing probably half of that franchise revenue? Nobody. It would surprise me. So, Colin, if you're watching this, if this gets to your face, look here. XFL is back on the scene. Canadian League is always popping. I mean, I think, like Eric Dyson said on First Take, I think that his message, that he's the protest and all that good stuff, I think it's gonna better serve him if he stays out of the league, because it's kind of crazy. I was reading my podcast buddy AD and my brother, and he was like, think about this, Terry, just for a second. He said, if you sue, name one person that if you sue your employer, who goes back to work for that said sued employer? Nobody I know. You know what I'm saying? But people do some crazy things. People do some crazy things. But I think this was all smoke and mirrors that happened this weekend with Colin. Nobody's gonna, the NFL needed some news. Colin needed some news. It's dirt on both sides. I just don't think that he's gonna be signed. I think it was bad. It was just all bad. No, and Tasha, no, I don't think it does either. Stephen A. Smith said that. Stephen A. Smith said in his video, he said that he didn't want to play. He wants to be a martyr. And that's fine. You know what I'm saying? You can be a martyr, but this is going to backfire on you, buddy. This is going to backfire. So he needs to just take whatever his plan is, chalk it up as a loss, and move on and do whatever. But his message still resonates. But it's going to resonate bigger with him outside of the league. He's not going to get signed. Like I said, if he does, I'll come back and say, hey, Colin Colin messed up, man. I don't know. I was digging his shirt they had on. He had on at his workout and at the high school. He had on a Kuta Kinte shirt, and it was dope. It was just, that whole thing was just dope. And so it's like a pissing contest. I'm gonna one up you. I set this up for you, and you're gonna diss me and then go over here and do something else. I mean, I don't know. He wasn't about to step and fetch. I can't say that I'll blame him. I think I'll do the same thing. But then there were reports that Jay-Z was upset because he set up the whole workout for him. Come to find out in a later report that was a falsehood, that Jay-Z hasn't said anything as far as being disappointed in him. But that's how social media do you. Social media will blow stuff up and make it look like you crazy, and it's really you. But I don't know. But I don't think Colin Kaepernick is going to get signed by another team. I think you let it go. I think if you don't like Colin Kaepernick, if you feel like he is just one of those troublemakers or whatever, then that's your opinion. I'm not going to knock you for your opinion. But I would say this. He stood up for a good, he knelt for a cause, got him blackballed out of the league. He got screwed out of a job. And now he says, I'm not going to chase the bag. The bag is going to chase me. That's why he moved it to Atlanta. To the high school in Atlanta. All right. Well, that's going to do it for me. I just wanted to bring up those 3 topics real quick. The video from my home county. I'm not sure what's going on with these kids, but parents, you need to step up and be better parents for these children. I talked about Colin Kaepernick just now with his debacle that he's got going on, and y'all leave Kanye West alone. Stop. Let that man live. Remember, glass houses. Glass houses. If you live in a glass house, you can't throw no stones. Quit it. Sick of this. I'm sick of it. Every time I turn around, Kanye crazy. Kanye this. Kanye that. Well, how did he change so quickly? What you mean? How did he change so quickly? I tell you what, this is how you change so quickly. Go get saved. Go repent. Anybody that's in here that's in the gospel game. Hey, Latasha, I see you. Anybody that's in the gospel game. Anybody that goes to church is a believer. You know exactly what I'm talking about right now. How does one change so quickly? How does one, he talking about bitches and hoes in one song, and the very next song he's talking about Jesus is king. Okay. If you don't believe it, go get saved. Then come back and talk to me. Until you have experienced it, keep your mouth shut. Because you ain't got your opinion, armpits, buttholes. Everybody's got them. Right? But until you can walk a mile, stop. Just stop. Just stop. All right? I'm out of here. Make sure that you guys catch me later on this week on my 2 podcasts that I do. The Brothers Who Talk is on Thursday. We record it on Thursday, and it goes live on Friday. And then I record Brunching with, it's Brunching now. It was Brunching with E. Digger and Lise. Now it's just Brunching. I'm also a part of that. We air that on Facebook on Friday mornings at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure that you join me right here on my Facebook page and check out the Brunching podcast. We have a good time on that show. We really do. All right. So I'm going to get on up out of here. You guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next time. All right.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.